Hey y'all, it's Day. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for us today. Honestly, I'm not sure if it's a reading just for me or it's for us, but I'm going to do a reading. Looking very forward to it. If this is a reading that's going to be shared, just so you guys know, if you would like to learn more about my readings, you can do so by checking out the link in the description. If you would like to contribute to my readings, you can visit my Amazon wish store. That will help me out a lot, and I appreciate all of the support. And as always, um, leaving a comment or liking the video to let me know that the message has been received is always appreciated as well. So angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love, thank you for the love, thank you for the guidance, thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So the first thing that's coming up is the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it definitely is giving me this energy of like moving forward, expecting good things on your journey. So it's referencing a cycle that is life. And our spiritual team is coming through to acknowledge where we are right now in our personal journeys as individuals. It feels like a good time to like reflect on who you are, where you've been, and um, expecting good moving forward. There is an acknowledgement of cycles, as in like this is a good point to like just reflect on everything that you've been through. It's definitely giving culmination. On top or on top of that or underneath that, we have the Page of Swords coming out in reverse. mm. And I'm hearing the words work to do. So it's giving me this feeling of like having a mission or having a purpose, um, having a skill or a gift that needs further development. But it definitely is giving me this energy of like um, needing to fulfill a promise, or I'm hearing a prophecy. So we each have a prophecy that we are needing to fulfill that is our life purpose. And it doesn't feel like pressure or anything like you need to like rush and do anything, but it's definitely feeling like if you didn't know you do have a purpose, if you didn't realize you do have a gift and it needs to be taken seriously, not like taken seriously as in like you need to value it, or this there's an emphasis on you knowing. So it's like sometimes people can be like, yeah, I know I'm funny, but like what is that gonna get me, or where is that gonna get me, or I know I'm talented, I know I can dance, but and our spiritual team is like feed it, feed this intuition, feed this gift, feed this inkling or knowing of your purpose, feed whatever this thing is that seems really small to you, or it seems like, yeah, I mean, like that's cool. Like I'm just keep on getting someone like they can dance and they have fun dancing. People notice them when they dance. They feel alive when they dance. But like their spiritual team is like, take it further though. It's that energy. So it's like having a plant and needing to water it because it's really small right now. So like maybe taking your I'm hearing jokes. Like take your jokes more seriously if you're funny or something like that. Like take more interest into your interests. Take more interest into your gifts and your talents, or this thing that really makes you feel alive, that you enjoy doing. So we have that accompanying the Wheel of Fortune, where we talked about a cycle and life. So it feels like right now is a good opportunity. Like you don't always have um, spaces or areas of your life where you can just really focus on what you want to do. It comes in waves. So reflecting on someone that maybe like feel like they like a wave has passed them in any area of their life, it's kind of like our spiritual team is coming through to say like, hey, catch this wave. And for some reason, I'm getting this energy of like, you know how like in 2020, I mean, it looked different for everybody. For me, I did find some downtime during 2020 to like really focus on myself. And for some reason, I'm getting that kind of energy again. Like this space, maybe it's just the winter season or something, but like something about this time frame feels like whoever this message is for, like you're gonna have the opportunity to like kind of go in your cave or go in your lab or go in your studio and really like create something, develop something, put time, energy, and effort into something. So if you do find yourself with space and time to do that, our spiritual team is wanting us to like really take some time to really sit down and work on that and see what comes of that. And I feel like it will be fruitful, and that is awesome. Ooh, very nice energy that's coming out here. So, towards the bottom of the spread, we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And this is definitely what it's feeling like someone has a natural talent. The wands can represent inspiration, passion, um, like passion projects, like something that like it starts to take up a spirit of its own. It starts to take up energy of its own. It's kind of like the project is there, but then when you combine yourself with the project, it makes you feel like it invigorates you. So with it coming out in reverse, this is definitely reconfirming that this is something that we haven't really just been taking seriously. Like I'm getting someone that can draw. They can draw, maybe they doodle. They have some sketches laying around the house or in the folder. And their spiritual team is like, spend a little bit more time with it. Like take it a little bit more seriously. Like put a frame on it. Like that is the energy. And it's something about this drawing that our spiritual team is encouraging us, put a frame on it that allows us to see it differently. Like we might just have like a really cool drawing or sketch that we did that we didn't think that much of it, but if you put a frame on it, it's almost like it takes on a new meaning. And that's what our spiritual team is wanting us to do with our gifts, talents, our interests, our desires, things that we're almost kind of like taken for granted. Going back again to this example that I keep getting of like someone can dance, they love to dance when they go out to events or outings and they dance, like they enjoy it and they're so in the moment, and people are like, wow, like this person really dance. And it's kind of like they don't think about it outside of that event. They don't think about it anymore. But when they hear the music, when they're in that environment again, it's like they feel invigorated. They almost tune everybody out. So yeah, our spiritual team is gonna say like, I wonder what you could do with that. That's what your spiritual team is like. Okay, so towards the middle of the spread, we have the King of Wands. And this is signifying again that it's not just this little thing that you can do. Like, you are actually meant to do this. You're actually, like, you have some authority, or you have some kind of foresight, or you have this kind of like special vision. So now I'm going to like choreography, going with the dance thing. Your spiritual team is like, not only can you dance, but maybe you can teach as well. Like, you have some kind of authority that's given to you through this talent that allows you to expand or expound on what you already have. So, from dancing to choreography, or from dancing to performance. So, with it coming out in reverse, it's kind of like us not realizing how powerful or to what extent we can take this talent. On the right of that, we have the Page of Pentacles coming out upright. The Page of Pentacles and the Pentacles in general represents like materialism. It represents spending power. It represents value. With it being the page, it is in. It has like the opportunity for growth. It has the opportunity for refinement. It is something that can be built on. So this is representing, like, again, how we view our things. Like, oh, this is just this little hobby. Oh, this is just something that I do when I'm daydreaming. Oh, this is just like, like something I do for my friends and family. I don't really take it seriously. But our spiritual team is saying, like, this is something of value. This is something that can be expounded on. If only you would realize it. If only you would maybe visualize what you may be able to do with it. And it's also something like it's an opportunity to bring in money. I truly believe, with all the readings that I've done, and this is just like a belief that is like kind of developed innately to me, that I feel like we're all born rich. Of course, that is not always like in a material sense, but regardless of what anyone else around us has, I feel like we're all rich, whether it's like some people are rich in family, some people are rich with emotion, some people are rich with performance, some people are rich with creativity, some of us are rich in our voice, some of us are rich in our looks, some of us are rich. Like, you have to find your rich and start to value what it is that you have, no matter how small or how different from everyone else that we're around. It seems, or maybe a lot of us, even if like we're pioneers, or we're the first to do something, or the first that we know of to think a certain way, our spiritual team is like, pay attention to that, start to value that, start to look at it differently, and know that you can expound on it. But most importantly, with this Page of Pentacles, is saying like, this is through this gift that you have, it is also kind of like a bank account where we can draw in abundance, we can draw in wealth, we can draw in material value. On the side of that, well, like on the right of this Page of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles can represent someone having put time, energy, and effort into something, and they're waiting for it to grow. As you can see, his plant has grown, but it hasn't begun to bear fruit just yet. Or if the coins are representing fruit, they're not ripe just yet for it to be picked, but he's still waiting and anticipating on it. And you can see by his posture that he's kind of like, it's taking longer than usual. So with the Seven of Pentacles coming out in reverse on the right side of this Page of Pentacles, there is a reference to us like sitting on our talents, sitting on our visions, sitting on something. So it's almost as if it's it's a possibility that we will just allow our fruits to spoil, or um, it's like missing the wave. So it's like with us not developing, if we stay in this stagnancy where we're not acknowledging our value, if we're not seeing our talents, it's almost like we could miss this opportunity to bring in abundance for ourselves. Then on top of this page of pentacles, we have the hangman coming out upright. This is signifying us waiting, sitting on our talents. The hangman can represent like a need to pause or take a step back and reassess, reevaluate a situation. In this particular reading, it's representing us sitting on our talents, sitting on our gifts, sitting on our abundance, and not taking action and doing anything with them. On the right of these three cards, we have the Hermit card. Something about going on this journey of like taking the time to say, maybe I should take this makeup thing more seriously. Maybe I should take this me going to the flea market and finding cool things every weekend more seriously. Maybe I should take this going to the thrift store and finding really neat things more seriously. Like, what could come of that? What could I do with that? I'm always getting compliments about the things that I find. Maybe I could share that with others some way. But something about doing this, like taking your talent more seriously, it feels cringe. It feels like we're our own worst critic. Like, wait. So, like, you're gonna make a business out of like going to flea markets. That's your plan. So you're gonna start doing like little makeup designs, like these weird alien eccentric things, and like you're just gonna start marketing it. Like, so it's like something about like you like visualizing taking this hobby, this talent, this creativity more seriously and seeing like, how can I emphasize this? How can I expound on this? How can I share this with others? Will people see the value? Like, will people like want to buy it? Will people want to listen to this? So wait, you want to talk about what on your podcast? You want to create a podcast? Like, it's that type of energy. So it's like, what if I took seriously talking about things that are important to me? It seems so cringe. So that's like our spiritual team is saying like that journey of taking it more seriously and like maybe putting it on a website or putting it in your bio seems like it's requiring you to go on a deeper journey, and it feels cringe to like take yourself more seriously or something like that. But it's like really truly looking at yourself in the mirror. That's what taking this hobby, this I can actually dance more seriously. Something about is like looking in the mirror or stepping outside of the bounds. Like, it's almost like everybody in the family, all your friends, everybody knows that you can dance. It's almost as if everybody else around you views your skill, talent, creativity, hobby the same way that you do. So going back to this example of somebody that can dance, they can dance and everybody notices it. Like, what? Like, wow, like they really getting it. Like, what? And it's almost like everybody kind of like supports you in their own right with you doing it as a hobby but not for profit. And then it's something about like you taking it seriously and then being like, yeah, actually I'm gonna like start offering dance classes, like for people that are not comfortable dancing or something. Or I'm like, I'm actually gonna start breaking down like how I do my moves, or I'm gonna start breaking down like my philosophy of dancing. And it's almost like once you start taking it seriously, everybody else is gonna start over analyzing the fact that you're taking it seriously. And something about that is like, it's like on a spiritual level, on a mental level, you already know this. And sometimes we don't know that we know this. We just like feel like it's gonna be cringe. I don't know. Like, I don't know. But it's almost like I said, like when you say, okay, like I'm actually gonna start offering classes for this, then other people that like actually enjoy seeing you dance and actually have already told you previous events that like, wow, like you really got something. It's almost like they're like something about your idea about, because like the way that you're being called to expound on it is going to be very different. It's going to be very different. It's not going to be the norm. It's going to be very eccentric. Nobody else has done it. So again, like somebody can dance and now they want to like break down their philosophy of like how do they get to the spirit? Like where's their perspective even coming from with these drawings? And the fact that you are wanting to articulate it now, people are like that. And something about taking your art more seriously, it it requires you to look at yourself. It's like taking something that you never took seriously before and visualizing putting it on the resume. And something about that is like that's not something that you usually put on a resume though. And our spiritual team is like, I know. That's what makes it special. So like I hope that you guys receive that, because that's kind of, it's a lot. Okay? Okay. Like I feel like I love doing these readings and I'm so proud of myself because I almost feel like I'm reading before the cards come out. But thank you to my spiritual team. Um on top of the hangman, we have this. So this is other people's thoughts and opinions about what you got going on. Like I said, there is this emphasis on now that you're taking something seriously, it's almost like now people are, whereas like they just enjoyed it with this like peripheral view. So when I say peripheral, it's like when you're looking at the ocean and you're not really like zoomed in on one area, you're just like looking at it as a whole. And when you look at it as a whole, you have an appreciation for the ocean. You see the birds movement, but you're not just focused on them. You see the clouds, but you're not just focused on that. You see the sun, the water, the glistening, the reflection. You see that, but you're not just focusing on that. And it's like something about you taking it seriously. Now people are looking at it with a more critical eye. So now we're looking at the beach and we're noticing a glass bottle, or we're noticing like some kind of debris. Now we're really like super analyzing it. And I think that that is metaphoric because it's also like our inner critic, but it's also external critics as well. So people are saying like, why? Why did I have that emotion? Okay, so people are like, ah. And then like when you start taking it seriously, they're like, huh? Like, what the hell? So yeah, so now it's like it's getting really busy. It's getting really busy, even if nobody has like necessarily come up to you and said anything. You can feel it. You can feel opinions. You can feel, I'm hearing the word disdain. You can feel the disdain. You can feel the standoffishness. You can feel people not wanting to give you energy, like they're not wanting to feed you energy, or they're not wanting to add to what you have going all of a sudden. All of a sudden. And it was significant because earlier, it's just like these people had already acknowledged, like, it's too late. These people were telling you were a good dancer before you even like was like thinking you were a good dancer. People had already pointed out your art before you even like decided to take it seriously. So like, not that you had ever needed it before, but it's like you definitely don't need it now. But because of the movement, it can throw people off. So our spiritual team is definitely wanting you to like be centered and clear in yourself, know your whys, and like find something to like hold on to keep yourself grounded throughout this journey that you're embarking on, that is going to signify you having to look yourself in the mirror, face yourself in the mirror, and then also walk the journey alone, which is what the hermit can represent. But I'm like, wow, like I'm like literally like so appalled that these people, like, it's almost like these people, why are they mad? Hmm. So now I'm being drawn to a little girl in her living room with a Christmas tree in the living room, and it's giving me this energy of like when she was a little girl, like when kids are little, everything that they do is cute. And then as they get older, the cuteness kind of fades because like they're a big kid now. And it's kind of like I sometimes feel like, depending on who you are, because I know we all had different childhoods, but I'm specifically tuning into someone that was given so much love and admiration and adornment and praise for anything that they did as a child, and then kind of like growing up a little. So I'm saying like from 1 to 5 years old, like they were just like could not do anything wrong. And then like they're 7 to 9 years old, and the things that they do is not as cute anymore, or they're not perceived as cute anymore. So it's like now people are more critical of them. But specifically for this example, it's like this little girl dancing in her living room next to a Christmas tree, and everybody, the whole family is like, yes, yes, oh my gosh. And then like she's basically doing the same thing and being the same person that she's always been for her entire life up until this point. She's between 7 and 9, and all of a sudden it's like she's not perceived the same anymore. Now it's just like, sit down. Like, go sit over there. You're always moving. You're always jumping. You're always, and like how that contrast can like really psychologically confuse someone. So I'm getting that type of energy. It's almost like people like to tell you you're great, but they don't want you to know that you're great. It's giving that kind of energy. So now she's in this awareness, and she's has more control over her movements than maybe a 3 or 4 year old. Now she can kind of articulate with her movements more specifically, but it's not wanted. That's weird. Okay, so at the bottom of the spread, we have the Five of Swords, like something about you um, wanting to take. It's like as soon as you take your craft more seriously, shit gets real. Like all of a sudden, it's like you're a goddamn cell in a body, and like you know how like the cells in your body, when they detect like something might be a threat, how that could like they try to attack that cell. It's like as soon as you became aware, all hell broke loose. Now you're having to fight for your life. Like literally, you've been dancing for years, going to parties for years, but as soon as you decide that you want to put dancing on your resume, As soon as you decide you want to put dancing in your bio, goddamn, like all these goddamn busybodies like have something to say about it, or they're like going against it. Like, what the hell? I've danced in front of you for years. Like, what is going on? On side of that, on the side of that, we have the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands can represent someone being in their prime. I'm hearing like basically this person has won the war. They're coming back home and being celebrated. People respect them. People understand their story. Like people talk about their story. People share their story. People share their story. Like, it's that energy. But what I want to say about that is that like you're winning, but it doesn't feel like that because of all the external energy, opinions, thoughts, transgressions, that people feel slighted by you all of a sudden. And now it's like, yeah, like I said, people are like, you've been dancing, but now like nobody said anything about your dancing before, anything negative, but like now that you're taking it seriously, and they're like, what was that move anyway? What was that? It's like that type of energy. Like, so it's like you were getting all glorified from like your dancing skills before, but now that you're sharing it with others, now that you're recognizing the value in it, it's almost like people don't want to give any additional energy or encouragement to it. And you're winning because you're recognizing your value and you're acting on it. That's why you're winning. That's why this is coming out. But there's no longer the crowd cheering for you, so it doesn't feel like that. But your spiritual team is hoping that with this message that you'll realize that you're still winning because you are recognizing your value, you're pushing past your fears, and you're acting on it. You're moving forward towards your expanding your skills, talent. I heard the word creativity, your inspiration, whatever it is that's feeding you. Her. Yep. So directly underneath these four cards we talked about earlier, you having a talent and needing to develop it, take it more serious because it's going to bring you abundance later. You not allowing time to pass you by. You not sitting on your talent, thinking that it's nothing, and others having something to say because they're taking notice that you're taking notice of your talent, skills, and abilities. Underneath those cards, we have the Page of Cups. You taking interest in yourself. You asking yourself, where could I take this? What could come of this? How could I expound on this? And there's an emphasis on it being a cup because it's tied to your emotional fulfillment, and it's tied to your imagination. It's tied to your ability to visualize yourself right now. I want you to visualize yourself writing that book. I want you to visualize yourself creating that drawing, sharing that choreography, doing that hair, having that shop, building that thing, creating that thing, creating this experience, sharing this talent, expounding on this idea. At the top right of the spread, we have the Six of Cups. And I'm hearing commercial vehicle. For me as a reader, that means moving from one stage of your life to the next. Your spiritual team wants you to use your gifts and share it with others. One step at a time, sure, but move your feet and understand that you have additional feet other than your physical feet. You move your feet when you use your imagination. That is walking towards your dreams. You use your feet when you write down your ideas. That is calling in what you're wanting to experience. You move your feet when you speak it out loud, when you share it with others. Traveling. That's why the third house is right across from the ninth house. Understanding the connection between your voice, your words, your neighborhood, and the rest of the world. The ninth house, higher knowledge, spiritual knowledge, foreign travel. So I'm seeing great things are available to you. So this is tied to like finding your tribe, finding people that share your gifts and talents, finding people that want to experience your gifts and talents, finding people. I'm getting this energy of, you know, when you're grocery shopping or you go to the mall or you go to a outdoor restaurant setting and they're just playing music. Imagine that was your music. Imagine that was your song, and how your song is in many various different places. The coffee shop, the mall, the bar I'm hearing. Imagine your gift, whatever that looks like, being experienced by so many different people. Being your art being in the window of some random retailer in a random location that you never even been because someone seen you on social media and decided to buy it. Imagine I'm hearing coffee shop again. Your painting, your drawing being in a coffee shop that you've never even walked to. That's what I'm talking about when we can walk with feet other than our physical one through visualization, through our imagination. They never been to France, yet this random person in Germany has a picture that they drew, or even if it's a copy of their drawing. Like, just understand that you do your part and our spiritual team and God, the universe, will do theirs. And it's like there's no bounds to how far that can go. They'll carry it all the way. You don't have to worry about the how. That's what they mean by you don't have to worry about the how. How? But how? You don't gotta worry about that. Spiritual team got your back. Just do your part. That's the hardest part. Getting through this cringe. Looking yourself in the mirror. Taking yourself more seriously. Getting past all other people's projections, thoughts, and opinions. That's the hard part. And a spiritual team, like getting past people's thoughts and projections, imagine that being like miles and miles. That's like how, like, if our spiritual team could put a price on something, they're saying like, they drop an idea in your head and you're like, oh, this is a good idea. I'm so inspired today. Like, I usually don't feel this happy and this inspired, but for some reason I do. And I'm having all these ideas. Let me actually write it down. That way I can expound on it later on days when I'm not feeling as motivated. Spiritual team's like, that's about like 53 miles. Okay, I could work with that. 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 When we take steps towards Like, help our spiritual team help us. It's worth something. So don't worry so much about the how. Just do your part, and spiritual team will carry us the rest of the way. Okay, so we have many experiences that we're meant to have. This is like all our spiritual team wants us to know, that we don't realize like how far this little thing that we don't even think is that important or is that serious. I'm going back to like somebody does their makeup like very different, like they do something different with their makeup, and it was like some kind of alien makeup or something like that. It's very different. Nobody's doing it, but like there's other people that like want it done to them, like they think it's cool. In our spiritual teams, like there's so many different experiences that you can have. I'm thinking of this tattoo artist that I follow. She draws like these um tattoos. They're very, very different. It's very distinct. If you see them, you will be able to know right away. Oh, that's girl New York's drawings. And I think she travels sometimes to different locations. Like imagine somebody paying you to travel, or you making so much money that allows you to travel because other people like, I want a drawing from you. I want a painting from you. I want a bouquet from you. I want my house decorated by you. I need my house cleaned by you. I need my hair cut by you. That energy. There's a lot of people having services like that where people travel a whole state to go to go visit this chiropractor that I follow on YouTube. They travel hours to get service by him. It's that quality. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect me as I walk my path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm wanting to close. Yes, yes. Top of the deck undercurrent energy is justice for yourself. Our spiritual team is wanting us to reclaim an aspect of ourselves that has been dormant or taken for granted. I'm hearing the word eccentricity. So another theme of whatever this is like we going back to like you're putting choreography on your resume, you're putting like makeup on your resume. Not that you have to, but it's giving that energy of like the resume is representing you taking it more seriously, putting it in the link in your bio, creating a website and articulating what it is that you do, showcasing what it is that you do. And undercurrent energy is Two of Swords. So you moving through this metaphorical forest of like, I don't have any examples, this has never been done, I don't know anyone else that does this or has done this, it seems a little bit weird. I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to bridge the gap of like, how do I professionalize this? So we got the King of Swords in reverse. We have the Five of Cups. You not taking your desires, not taking this seriously, kind of like let something inside of you die. It's going to require us to be grounded, taking our goals seriously. Take it piece by piece, sure, but definitely move your feet. We have the Ten of Pentacles coming out. Long-term success is available to us, coming out in the choice point position. A new cycle available to us, a new beginning coming out in the choice point position. Do not allow yourself to be burdened by things that you don't need to be worried about. The how. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this reading again. If you would like to contribute to my readings, you could do so by visiting my Amazon list. I appreciate that so much. Like the video if you receive this message, and check out my website to learn more about my readings and the perspective that I come from with my readings. And thank you for your time. Bye.